Sometimes you really need something and you know that you need it, and there's not really a reason that you haven't gotten around to getting it. Just maybe laziness, or maybe you're busy with a bunch of other things. And then at some point, you finally deal with the problem. That's this monitor. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. Probably should have shot this earlier when I had everything on when I was doing Super Metroid, but that's fine. You can use your imagination. I have needed another monitor up here in the loft for a while, and if I explain to you how things were set up, you'll probably go, yeah, it's not ideal. So check it out. When we do breakfast stream, we use just the television. We have the television split this half chat and this half alerts. And that's a pretty good setup for us. This is just like OBS. But that's a good setup for us because we're looking at the camera and we're just chatting. So we're just talking to folks. It's a very good, like a good eye line. It's very big. No matter how many people are on the couch, they can see the chat, and they can also see the alerts. The alerts are on my side because I'm typically the one reading alerts, so it's easier for me. That is when we do breakfast stream or any sort of like just chatting stream. However, that's not the only thing that we do. We also play games, and when we play games, it changes quite a bit because then that screen, the TV, is for the game and just the game, which means that this screen then houses alerts, chat, and OBS. And the way that we normally have it set up is that this half is OBS, and then the top quarter is like it's usually chat. The top quarter is chat, and the bottom quarter is alerts. And that's not a lot of screen real estate. That's actually quite difficult because in order to see it, the chat needs to be pretty big, which means that when we're playing a game on like Friday nights, Friday night's probably not the best example because when we've been doing Zelda, it's like we have chat turned off, right? But if we're doing something that's not Zelda, or like on a Wednesday when I'm playing Super Metroid, whatever, there's not a lot of screen real estate because we have to have chat pretty big to even be able to see it because we're sitting pretty far away from the monitor. Normally you have a monitor like here, and we're several feet away. So you can only have like a few lines of chat visible. So if the chat is moving quickly, which it typically is, it has some motion, it's very difficult to keep up with it. So for the longest time, I have known that I really needed to get a different monitor that would just be used for chat for game streams. And I finally pulled the trigger on that on Sunday. Sunday, when we were setting up for the Nuggets versus Stars stream, I was moving everything around, and Chaz he had to program something. And while I was moving stuff around, I was like, God, I'm so frustrated that is all the screen real estate that we have for chat. And Chaz was like, why don't you do something about that? And, it was then that I'm like, I've known for a long time that I've just needed to get a monitor. And so I did. And in some ways, I guess it wasn't a bad thing that I waited because like monitor prices have come down. Monitors are not super, super expensive. And these are relatively nice monitors. They're, they aren't 4K, but they're, oh God, what's the resolution? 2550 by 60. Anyway, somewhere between. I think it's 2K. I think that's typically what they refer to as 2K. So it's like a 2K monitor, and it's got a fair bit of resolution to be able to to see what you're doing. They're also pretty bright, which is important because normally we've got these lights on, so any screens that we want to have them pretty bright. Otherwise, it actually gets kind of difficult to see. But I did it. It wasn't terribly expensive, and it arrived pretty quickly. And I set it up actually last night before bed. And today I got to play Super Metroid, and I got to have the chat over here. Chat lives on the left now. It's a little different. I have to get used to it in a small way. But the fact that it's done is great. I feel like there's a lot of things like this in life. Like not only my life, probably all of your lives as well, where there's a thing that you need to do, and it either won't take that long to do, or it won't cost that much, but it's just something that you're just like, not right now. And then you put it off, and then you finally do it, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's not that bad. Actually, I have another example of this. Recently, I say recently, a few weeks ago, I had taken the trash out in my office, which takes a long time to fill up. But it finally filled up, and I was like, all right. So I took it out, and then I didn't put the new bag in the trash can. And I put that off. Why? No idea. But I did. And it was, I would have a piece of trash, and then I would have it on my desk, and then because there was no bag in my office, I would then just take the trash with me when I went downstairs and throw it away there. So it's not like I kept trash around in my office, but I could have just thrown it away had I taken the time to get a bag. So then the other day I was vacuuming, and I had went into the laundry room, and I saw the bags I needed. And I took the 10 seconds necessary to grab a bag out of the laundry room, walk it into my office, and put it in my trash can. 10 seconds. And I waited several weeks to do that. And I definitely probably lost some time from taking trash downstairs. I guess I gained some exercise out of that. Anyway, yeah, maybe there's something like that in your life where you've needed to do a thing, you've been putting it off, or maybe you needed to buy a thing that would make your life like a little bit easier, a little bit better. Maybe this will inspire some of you to pull the trigger on those things, because this was good today. There's a lot of chat, and it's arranged vertically so I can actually see things. Yeah. All right. That's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I'm excited for, like I said, we don't really use it on Fridays because we have chat turned off, but I'm excited for Mal to use it when she does Dark Cloud next, because it'll help her too. So I think it's going to be a very good quality of life purchase for the loft. Yeah. Let's be back tomorrow, shall we?